You ever step outside and immediately regret it? Like the sun just decided, today, it's your personal enemy. Spring just started, and somehow it already feels like we skipped straight into summer. At least in Florida. Now, imagine that heat, but you're the one controlling it. Sounds like an upgrade, right? Geokinesis, but hotter. More damage and more destruction. Except, that upgrade might actually make your power worse. Hey Nexians, and welcome back to the Nexus. And if you're new here, you picked a really hot topic to start with. Because today, we're breaking down why lava manipulation isn't always an upgrade to geokinesis. It might actually be a trade-off. And depending on how you use it, it might be a really self-destructive one. So before we talk about lava, we need to understand what it's branching off from. And that would be geokinesis. And now, I actually have a full breakdown on this subject. But, yeah, if you watch it, don't judge me too hard. I've improved a lot since then, and I mean a lot. But, quick crash course. Geokinesis is control over Earth, and more importantly, control over structure. You're manipulating something stable, something solid, something that holds shape. This means you can create walls, control terrain, build platforms, and trap opponents. You're not just attacking, you're controlling the battlefield. Earth doesn't fight you, it works with you. Now, let's have a look at lava. Lava manipulation is still a form of geokinesis, just pushed and evolved into a different state. Instead of a solid structure, you're dealing with heat, fluidity, and instability. It melts, spreads, and destroys whatever it touches. And that sounds stronger on paper, until you realize what you gave up to get there. So, let's be real. Lava isn't weak. In a few situations, it's actually a lot better. Lava excels in immediate damage and pressure. You don't need to build momentum. You don't need setup. Anything it touches gets scorched. That means in close range fights or chaotic environments, lava is overwhelming. There's no blocking it like solid rock, no tanking it easily or standing your ground. It forces movement, and in combat, forcing your opponent to move is power. It also ignores a lot of traditional defense. Armor, it melts. Structures, they collapse. Barriers break down under heat over time. Lava doesn't just hit you, it erases existences entirely. Now compare that to geokinesis. Earth takes effort. You have to shape it, move it, and position it. It's not instant or explosive, and if you're too slow, you get overwhelmed before your control matters. So yes, lava does have advantages. It's faster to apply, more punishing on contact, and way more threatening up front. But all of that comes with a cost, because the moment the fight doesn't end quickly, lava starts working against you. Lava is unstable. You don't fully control it once it spreads. It flows, expands, and keeps going. And now the battlefield isn't just dangerous for your opponent, it's dangerous for you as well. Unless you're like a Kainu who is literally magma or lava, but whatever. You can't stand where you created. You limit your own movement and you remove your own positioning. The longer the fight lasts, the fewer options you have. Now, look back at geokinesis. Earth doesn't normally spread out of control. It stays where you put it, it holds shape and creates structures. This means you can build cover, control space, create safe zones, and adapt as the fight changes. Geokinesis gives you control over the battlefield, and lava destroys it. And here's the biggest difference. Earth scales with time. The longer the fight goes, the stronger your position becomes. Lava does the opposite. As I mentioned before, the longer the fight goes, the worse your position becomes. So what looks like an upgrade is really a specialization. More damage and less control. And in most fights, control wins. However, there's one layer a lot of people don't think about when comparing powers. Team combat situations. Geokinesis thrives in team settings. You're not just fighting, you're supporting positioning. You can create cover for teammates, block incoming attacks, reinforce structures, and dominate control points. You turn the battlefield into something your team can actually and actively use. And the longer the fight goes, the more value you bring to your team. A good geokinetic doesn't just win fights, they make it easier for everyone else to win theirs. Now, let's compare that again to lava. Lava is chaos, pressure, and area denial. In a crowded fight, it forces everyone to move. It breaks formations and disrupts coordination. That makes it incredible for a one versus many, an ambush, or a gank fight. You don't control the fight, you overwhelm it. But in team settings, that same chaos becomes a problem. You're not just pressuring the enemy, you're limiting your own side too. So once again, it comes down to trade-offs. Geokinesis builds control. Lava creates pressure. And depending on the situation, either one can win you the fight. So, is lava manipulation better than geokinesis? No. And geokinesis isn't better by default either. They're genuinely just built for different situations. One gives you control, the other gives you pressure. Lava looks like an upgrade because it's louder, hotter, and more destructive. However, this doesn't make it inherently better, it just makes it riskier. So, if you ever get that skill tree option to upgrade geokinesis to lava manipulation, you might want to read the fine print first. If you made it this far, thank you for taking the time to be here today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe and join the Nexus. We're not just talking about powers, we're breaking down how they actually work. And as always, stay grounded, stay in control. And this is your captain, signing out.